Jay Bishoff, the veteran of the Sunshine Coast musical scene. So, tell me about how you like came here and started, because everyone knows you.
Well, I came here as a hitchhiker. I actually came here, arrived in Australia in 1992 as a hitchhiker. So, does a leopard change its spots?
No, this is like the full loop.
I mean, look at you. You started as a surfer in a vanny, and now you're a surfer in a vanny, right?
Yeah, exactly. I actually started as a corporate banker.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
All corporate office in denial.
you got better.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, locals in the loop people.
Yeah, so you came 92, and then, because you've always been doing music your whole life?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, just coming back to the hitchhiking thing, I ran away from home. I had some trouble at home and with the law at age 16. And I ran away from home with my best friend at the time. And we hitchhiked from Orange County, Southern California, up to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And that was like my first time to get out of the suburbs, the sort of safe suburban community, early Truman Show type stuff,
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Good morning, Jay. This kind of thing. And a good day to you,
Yeah.
But breaking out of that, and it was such an eye opener to meet the world, the wider world, and a wider diversity of people. You're no longer in the suburbs. You're out there in the raw road of adventure. And as you know, with your travels, once you get out there, you meet all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And that's a great experience to realize how wonderful it is to meet that diversity and learn from different kinds of people and have different experiences that you never otherwise would have if you stayed in your safe little routine. So that just took my whole mind and my consciousness and my heart, just took it from here to, okay, there's a bigger world out there.
Yeah.
So then later I hitchhiked across Canada, up the west coast and across Canada, and then to Europe and the Virgin Islands, and eventually came to Australia. But meanwhile, I'd been cultivating the music. So by the time I came to Australia, I had learned to make a living playing music.
Yeah.
So I had the guitar and my thumb, essentially.
Yeah. So did you never pay for transport? It's always like getting in random people's cars.
Look, I really don't like the bus.
Yeah. I don't think anyone does.
And that the great Queen song, Another One Bites the Dust.
Yeah.
And then Weird Al came out later. I don't know if you ever heard it. In the early part of Weird Al Yankovic's career, he did Another One Rides the Bus.
Really?
And that song pretty much tells, my opinion of riding the bus. It's just, I'm never a big fan of the bus.
No.
And I would go hitchhiking from California to Colorado, or to across Canada. I had these amazing experiences. And then you'd meet a couple guys who just got off the Greyhound bus, and they just looked terrible, and they were like forlorn and like, oh, it's terrible. And I'm like, what happened to you guys? And they're like, Greyhound. And you're out there and you got a tan and you just met the coolest people. You just traveled with this Mexican couple who took you to their farm and made Mexican food.
Yeah.
You've had all these experiences. So for me, it was like, never ride the bus.
Yeah. That was my light bulb moment to leave Sydney, was getting lining up for the bus and everyone's on their phone. Get on the bus, everyone's on their phone. They're miserable, and I was like, I've got to get out of here. It's terrible. It's the bus.
It's great that you had that vision for yourself.
Yeah.
And now you look at what's happening. And people see you just doing these interviews and like, oh, she's a busy businesswoman. She's networking.
Yeah.
But I know more because you told me more.
Yeah.
I know that you woke up the first thing and went for a surf this morning.
Yeah. A gym first and then surf.
Oh, the gym and the surf, you see. So when we make these choices, they can be quite rewarding.
Yeah.
But it requires a bit of courage. Anytime you're going to break from a mainstream process, it requires a little bit of courage because you're actually doing something that is different.
Yeah. Because city life goes for the hamster wheel of money. Like, I said no to a very nice paycheck, but I'm like, well, now I work when I want, where I want, doing what I want.
you're really, right now we're positioned beneath this beautiful, this incredible tree. What a glorious place to sit and have a conversation. But in the city, not that there aren't lovely city parks, of course, but generally in the city, you're positioned as a consumer.
Yeah.
So the minute you walk out the door, everybody's ready to cash in on you, right?
Yeah.
So you go walking down the street, boom, 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 everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The nice thing is, at least in 2025, we can sit here and have this conversation.
Yeah.
And listen to the life garden.
Yeah, exactly.
And not have to be positioned as a consumer.
Yeah, that's true. Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, cities are the traditional enemies of the hitchhikers.
Yeah, definitely.
So people who are, if anybody's following my updates that I'll be doing on this upcoming trip that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah.
But I won't, it's not going to be a lot of it's not going to be big city houses because that's no place for hitchhiking.
Yeah. That'd be like a whole nother channel, a bit of like controversy, hitchhiking in the city.
Oh, it just doesn't work. It's like you surfing in the city.
Yeah.
Larissa goes surfing in the city. Next episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although, Bondi.
Oh yeah, God. Avoid that place. So you started doing, you have an array of musical inspiration from hitchhiking. So you started doing music here, busking.
No, I came here. I did a little bit of busking, but I came here to live permanently not until 1997, and then I was living in Byron Bay.
Oh yeah.
Living at for people who know Byron Bay, up in Currabell, just on the hill above Byron Bay, and with my girlfriend at the time, and we were renting a shack in this multi-million-dollar view property.
Yeah.
For $50 a week.
Far.
I used to have to ride the bike or hitchhike into town. We didn't even have a car.
Oh.
We didn't even wear clothes for the first 4 months. We didn't have to wear clothing because
Take me back.
It was so hot, and we didn't know anyone. And
Yeah.
nobody knew this property existed. It's a $50 shack with this multi-million-dollar view. So we would actually, okay, we'll put on clothes, and then I'd hitchhike into Byron Bay to pay my $50. $50.
Oh my God.
And now.
I was like cash. Fives.
Yeah. But things change.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was performing at the Rails in Byron, and I never played the Beach Hotel, but I had a residency at the Great Northern and at the Rails weekly.
Wow.
So, and then we moved to Nimbin, going deeper, deeper and deeper, and I loved it. I loved Nimbin.
Yeah.
And lived there for a year, and I started an open mic event at the old historic Rainbow Cafe. And those who've been to Nimbin know that the Rainbow Cafe was, for decades, was the heart of Nimbin ever since the Aquarius Festival and the whole origins of the alternative culture of Nimbin. So the thing had kind of gone down as a community center when I arrived, and I started this open mic event, first time I'd ever done something like that, so it was a new experience for me. And the locals started coming to me and saying, do you know who this performer is? He's a legendary flamenco guitarist. We haven't seen him in town for 10 years. He's just come out of the hills for your event. And then, oh, do you know who this guy is? And all these people started coming, and families started supporting it. So there's all like the meth addicts or whatever out in the streets, what's this,
Yeah.
But then we had this little heart center where all the hobbits and elves and dwarves could come together and have a nice evening of music together. And the Rainbow Cafe had a real warm glow that year. It was a beautiful experience for me. It was a humbling experience to be a newcomer and to have the whole town of Nimbin really lift me up and support what I was doing. I'll never forget that. And that, I think, is what gave me the courage to start Peregian Originals.
And where did the open mics and idea come from? Is it?
I think I just noticed that there was a lack of having a central fire where people could gather around and get warm. Like a grassroots musical fireplace. So somehow, I like people, I like musicians, and I like community and families and all ages and colors coming together in the name of music, good food. and good atmosphere in song.
Yeah.
So I think I just tried it out and it felt good. How did you start Locals in the Loop? When you look at those origins, do you sometimes go, how did I get here?
Well, mine was I loved live music but never knew where to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. So you notice that there's a
gap.
A gap and a lack, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Were there many back in America, like open mic sort of nights, or?
There were some, but it wasn't something that I really grew up with. But I do find that the live music culture in North America, it's a deep dish thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers of it, and it's a remarkable experience that I think even the Americans aren't fully aware of. Because when you're amongst something, it's difficult to see it.
Yeah.
It's not until you leave it, you go, oh.
Yeah, right.
Because then you got that view of where you've been.
Yeah.
But if you're living amongst something, often you can't fully appreciate what's happening. And it wasn't until I left North America that I realized how deep that music culture, how deep those roots go. You look at the birth of jazz and rock and roll and all that wonderful music. Well, it's come out of the grass, it's come out of the earth.
Yeah.
So when you're over there as a traveler, in my case as a hitchhiker, or as a musician, you can come into some obscure town in what might not be a popular state.
Yes.
On a Thursday night, walk in and see the best live music, the best blues you've ever heard in your life.
It just brings people together. It's so nice. It's like everyone's united all of a sudden.
And that's what you've done, I guess, in an online community.
Yeah.
Right, did you say?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Sometimes I'm like, oh.
I remember when you started.
Yeah. Is that the Imperial? When I first saw you?
At the Imperial. That's right. When you came up, I remember.
Yeah.
Outside in the beer garden.
Yeah. And then he started looking at us and I was like, oh, it's me.
That's correct.
Yeah. 2 years ago.
I don't think we've gathered since then.
Nah. The bridges don't normally cross. Not that I live in down south, but the bridge. I was crossing the bridge today, this corrugated iron, piece of iron like flew up at the van. I had to like swerve. I was like, this is why I don't cross the bridge.
People probably don't even know where you live. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I just learned where Larissa lives.
Hope that's where the van is.
Yeah, you know how people are like, hey, you can't tell where someone lives. So, in these days of distrust. But it's so cool because a lot of people would imagine, oh, Larissa, Locals in the Loop, she's probably coming at this from a corporate business angle, and she's probably got a place in Sunshine Beach, and she does this in her free time. She's got multiple property investments.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
This woman lives in her van for a year and a half.
Off tuna. Yeah, year and a half.
How cool is this? So this is, when people talk about grassroots authenticity, real grassroots community.
Yeah. Sunshine Coast Council knocking at my door this morning.
Yeah.
Yes, that was me. Yeah.
So the reason, because we suddenly started talking about hitchhiking.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that the reason that hitchhiking probably came up is because I'm getting ready to move on Tuesday.
Yeah. So wait, back to Peregian Originals.
Please.
You started that. So you got open mics, and then you brought Peregian Originals here. How long were you in the Sunshine Coast before you did that?
Let's see, I did a couple of years in Nimbin, Byron Bay and Nimbin, and then moved to the Sunshine Coast at around 2000.
Yeah.
So that was about 2 or 3 years, 99, 2000 up here, and then I think it wasn't long, early 2000, 2001 maybe, I walked down to the Peregian Square. It's now quite gentrified.
Yes.
I always feel underdressed.
Yes. We had this
Peregian.
conversation like the other day.
It's like, oh, maybe I should have.
What's your boat pants?
Maybe I should have worn something nicer.
Some white.
Maybe I should have brought 2 cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, I walked through the square at the time, and there was a huge wooden stage that people might forget, not the current, whatever it is, that weird thing in the middle, the fashion walk or whatever that they have in the middle. There used to be a huge wooden stage where they used to do yoga classes on the
Oh,
stage.
really?
Never did any live music, and then I came along and said, why don't we do some live music? And they said, oh, you can't. Council won't allow it. And then somebody said, why don't you just do it? And of course, the power box was locked. You need the council key.
Yeah.
So the very first Peregian Originals, we ran an extension cable through the trees and plugged into a local cafe at the time.
Really?
And the cafe was called Heaven. So we joked that we were plugging into Heaven.
That's so funny.
And that was the first Peregian Originals.
When was that?
About 2001.
So you ran for a long time then?
I ran it for 13 years myself. And then it outgrew the square. Then we ended up in the park behind the surf club. And then after 13 years, I passed it on. And the people who followed me did a good job of keeping it alive for all the way up to COVID.
How did council, they never shut you down?
Oh, that was a long story. We had two popular public protests.
Oh, yeah.
We took on the Sunshine Coast Amalgamated Council twice
Yeah.
on television, bang, head to head.
Yeah.
We went into occupied council quarters down in Caloundra with the resistance, and it was full on, and we won in both
Well,
situations. A long story, but it was a true community, people power success story.
So when they try and come after me again, I'll bring you down to the council.
We'll have another have a coffee.
Yeah.
But just remember, as long as there's a blade of grass rising between the gaps in the concrete, there's hope.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Be the blade of grass.
Oh, that's dismal. The council's come to that point. Oh.
Sometimes it feels like that.
Oh, yeah.
We both got rejected twice upon arriving here to park.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
this council worker, I think. It looks like they've hired this man to say no. So he waits until you pull up into this open parking place, and just as you're about to turn off the engine,
Yeah.
he goes, no. And he seems to really enjoy that part.
Yeah.
No.
I literally had all my stuff packed. So yeah, you did Peregian Originals then, and then you've been basically doing gigs all over the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, I got into larger concert promotions with my friend Phil. We created a little group, a little company called Legend Promotions. That only lasted a couple of years, but we promoted John Butler when he was first kicking in. So we did John Butler Trio down at the Shed, which is at the old Enamoga pub.
Yeah.
That was of course a sold out affair and a wonderful experience. Cat Empire 3 times.
Oh, wow.
And beautiful girls.
Oh.
And then I started doing the Humanity concert series at the old Joe's Waterhole.
Oh,
Got to promote international artists like Bruce Coburn and Luca Bloom out of Ireland, and a lot of really nice concerts there.
At
Joe's Waterhole.
Wow.
That was before Dan Lyons, a friend, local promoter, took over, and then Joe's became what it is now. Matzos. And but then, other than that, local open mic events. Community open mic experiences.
Yeah, they always go off. I heard the last one at Lee Lou went off.
But you never come.
That's the bridge.
I never see you there.
That's because they're weekdays and I sleep so early.
But you never ever come.
I go to bed at 8. I went to one last week.
I'm venting my feelings in public.
I need a weekend. I know, I'm the worst gig goer.
It's because you get up at 6 a.m. to do the gym and surfing.
Yeah.
You have an excuse. You're a morning person.
Yeah. I'm trying to change that. I think I am just old age
You
changing.
tried to return to your rock and roll origins?
Yeah, yeah. I think it is actually evolving, but it's just the weekdays. But
Well, you can't be everywhere all the time.
no.
You almost do that, but
People think that, but I don't. I'm not really. I go through phases. Leave the Sunshine Coast and just like recharge.
gotta recharge. Very important.
Yeah.
Often I use the mornings to recharge,
Yeah. My mate sent me like a meme the other day. It's like musicians in the morning. It's like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. still in bed. I'm like, fuck you. Don't rub it in.
Yeah.
So yeah, then doing the gigs and open mics, and now is your next project.
Yeah. Well, this one started a long time ago because I've had so many wonderful times through so many wonderful years in different parts of the world hitchhiking. When I was going to become a father, I was married at the time. I'm no longer married, but we're good friends, and I have these wonderful 2 daughters. But when Sienna, my firstborn, was yet to be born, I had a dream to fulfill. So I flew to the U.S. with the goal of writing a book about hitchhiking. So I flew to the U.S. and hitchhiked from New York to California, up to Canada, and then wrote and published a book about that experience. So
How'd you get this book?
I'll have to give you a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then 5 years later, in 2009, I was a bit naive. I thought I'll make a full-length feature film, a blockbuster.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about filming at all. So I flew back to the U.S. with a 2-man ragtag film crew.
Yeah.
That followed me in a van across the USA,
Whoa.
from Florida to New Orleans to right across the Midwest into the Northwest up to Canada, the whole thing. And I filmed that project, but then I just began to focus on parenting when I got back. And those hard drives with all that wonderful footage of that incredible adventure, they sat for 16 years.
Right. They're
Because
still there.
I really just immersed myself in being a father to these 2 beautiful daughters of mine. And but now they're sort of coming of age. So last year, I pulled out these old hard drives. I didn't even think they'd still work. I was kind of plugged in these old hard drives with the motors, and literally the main one just went, and the light just started flicking on and off.
You can feel it too.
We barely managed to transfer the files.
Ooh.
After 3 nights of it saying transfer unsuccessful, error. And my friend Guy Harrison, he spent 2 nights. On the 3rd day, he said, "Look, Jay, I can't spend my whole life trying to transfer corrupt files." And I thought, maybe it's time to let this thing go. 3rd and last time, he said, "I'll do it one more night, 14 hours to transfer these old ones."
Yeah.
He did it one more night. He called me up and he said, "Jay, you're not going to believe this." He woke up in the morning and it suddenly went ding, and it said, "Files successfully transferred." And he bent forward to check out the hard drive, and the old hard drive literally died on the spot.
Really?
It just went dead.
Oh.
So it was the last gift of this hard drive.
Yeah.
So I took that as a sign. I've spent probably 200-300 hours editing, just my amateur editing, doing the best that I can to pull that footage together. I showed the footage to a couple of filmmakers.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, you're sitting on gold. You've got this snapshot of the USA beneath the radar. It's an interesting view of that time that no one else has." They said the one problem is, if you release it as it is, it's just a period piece.
Yeah.
2009. They said things are moving so quickly. If you want to have a wider audience and make it interesting to people of today, you need to modernize it.
Yeah, right.
So these filmmakers, these young guys, they're like, "Look, there's lots of techniques, and you can use the AI, and you can pull down some stock footage and this kind of thing." And I looked at them and they're like, "What are you?"
Not AI a hitchhiking road trip.
I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to do it again." So
Oh, wow.
that's what it is.
And then, so you're going to do the exact same path?
Totally. It'll be a different path, but the point is more to check in with the state of the American soul.
Yeah.
What's really happening
Yeah.
in 2025 on the ground in the daily lives of the people. And I've just put up my. This is not a promo, by the way. I just put up my GoFundMe, reposted today, and I had an articulation today that I thought, when you're talking about what you do with locals in the loop,
Yeah.
don't you find that each time you explain it, it's a slightly different phrasing?
Yeah,
What do
definitely.
you do, Larissa? I do this, and the next time you tell them, "Oh, that wasn't quite it." Whoa!
Oh. I'm just waiting for the food.
oh, it's
They're funding you.
an auspicious sign.
Yeah.
But I'll just read this to give you an idea. I wrote a big aspect. By the way, so the project is I'm flying into San Francisco next Tuesday, heading out by thumb across the USA with my friend Gabe, the videographer. He will be following me in a van. So he'll be staked out on the side of the road when I'm hitchhiking,
Yeah.
filming me. I catch the ride. It's my job to get the interview with the driver,
Yeah.
and the adventure carries on, and he follows me across America,
Right.
documenting the adventure.
That's cool.
So what I wrote today that I posted was a big aspect of this project is aiming to get beneath the media corrupted representation of the American situation. What is really going on in the hearts and daily lives of the people on the ground? Can spontaneous kindness and courageous generosity still prevail to pick up and safely carry a vulnerable stranger on the side of the road right across America in this troubled time of fear, anxiety, and division? I will soon find out. So
That's good. Where are you going?
I'm starting in San Francisco, heading north through the beautiful California redwoods,
Yeah.
the tallest beings on earth. Those trees.
Yeah.
And then up into the state of Oregon, from probably Eugene or Portland, Oregon, I'll head east into the state of Idaho.
Yeah.
This can all change, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. When they fix you up.
And then head south through the beautiful state of Idaho into Utah.
Oh, nice. And you're going in. It's gonna be cold.
I'm hoping for what they call the Indian summer, where summer kind of stretches on a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
hopefully. I'm hoping I'm going to Europe, so I'm hoping that too.
It happens, and it's a glorious thing when it does happen. You get that extended warmth.
How long have you got?
It's a 6-week trip,
Oh, okay.
but it's about a month of hitchhiking.
Yeah, you should be right.
I think so.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Don't
No,
drift,
I'm optimistic.
don't drift too far into October and things,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, especially Utah.
Yes, good point. Good point. Well, that's going to be near the end of September, so you're worried.
Yeah.
My jacket is quite light that I'm taking.
Because where are you going to be staying? Are you going to be...
You never know.
Okay.
That's the whole point. You know, will I be camping out in the woods? Will I be
You're bringing us
in some alleyway in an inner city situation?
no accommodation?
No accommodation. Yeah. I mean, I will occasionally probably pay for accommodation for Gabe, videographer. He'll be sleeping in the van mostly.
Yeah.
But what I found in 2009 was there were times, there were 2 and 3 day periods where I completely lost the video crew, and I was alone in the forest and mountains of Montana, you know, with
How'd you lose them?
cougars and bears and
Oh my god.
everything else. You know? So
You're in the middle of the night knocking on the door, there's a bear!
the way that I lost them was, you know, it can be a number of things. The van gets car trouble, and I keep, you know, 1,000 miles away,
Yeah.
or telecommunications.
How's the reception over there? Because you know, like here, I don't get reception in Poland or
I don't get
Maroochydore.
reception anywhere here.
Yeah.
What is wrong with
I don't
Australian
know.
telecommunications?
I'm trying to upload a minute video and it took me like 3 hours.
Can we just hammer Australian telecommunications for a moment? Because it's terrible.
I don't know.
It's so. A friend of mine, my friend Rob Bruce. Hey Rob, he went to India recently, and he went to rural India. I mean, like outback India, because he's eccentric in that way. He's a anthropology mind, you know. He got really out in rural India, away from the tourism. And he's, hey, we're FaceTiming, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect. He's out there with this beautiful farmer, you know, talking about his cosmology and his spirituality. It was incredible, you know, footage out there in the fields on his farm with his cows, you know, with this Indian farmer.
Yeah.
Perfect audio visual, you see.
Yeah.
And I cannot even keep the phone call connected from Peregian
Yeah.
Beach. You know?
Yeah, so I just put it around the corner. Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
So it's good over there in the States?
We need to get that council worker at the parking lot. No.
Yeah.
We got a job for you.
Yeah. Oh, lying some cables, mate. Yeah, so it's gonna be good over there, the reception, so you can't.
Look, I hope so. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I think when you get in those steep American mountain ranges, it could be very difficult. And I'm sure there's going to be a patch of days where there ain't no videographer around.
Yeah.
The first trip that I did in 2004 for the book, I didn't even have a mobile. I was old school. I held out.
Yeah.
So I just went, and that was raw.
Yeah.
This time I got the phone, so there's a safety net there.
Yeah. So you need the funding, GoFundMe's for the camera gear and the videographer and the car.
You and I were talking when you first arrived. There's so many unseen, unexpected costs anytime you're attempting an enterprise like this.
Yeah.
I think the first thing you said to me, if you don't mind me sharing,
Yeah.
is when I said there's so many costs, and you said, yeah, threw out this number, you've had to put in.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
It is a big number.
And people aren't aware. They're like, oh, she just goes out with her iPhone.
Yeah.
And she surfs and talks, and she's this rich, trust fund baby and all this.
Yeah. Websites cost money. No, I work my tickets out.
It's intense.
Yeah.
So even yesterday, I think I spent $5,000 yesterday, just with various stuff, and it has to do with like backing up your footage, hard drives, storage is expensive.
I know. Yeah.
And then yesterday we're looking at you organize the van, for gay videographers, the van, and then you got fuel, but you've got
And especially
camera gear.
When you're driving, don't they tack like extra fees on if you pass a certain amount of Ks per day?
Yep, we've already done that. Oh, another $1,000 here, it's So look, for a musician, a single father musician, it's an intense financial cost for me. But, I committed to doing this thing regardless. But I thought for the first time in my life, I'm going to make one of these GoFundMe. Just put it out there, really, for anyone who finds a resonance with the project and is inspired to contribute. That's all. If nobody had contributed, it wasn't going to stop me.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful to the people, and for everyone who has contributed to this thing. Thank you so much. You can't even imagine that some people are like $10.
Yeah.
It means so much because it's the spirit of the support as much as it is.
Yeah.
When you're putting yourself into a project that's led by your heart, it came from your heart, it's guided by your heart. When other people support that energetically in any way,
Yeah.
it really means
Yeah. I know.
and it means more than when you've gone out and spent your soul doing a job
Yeah.
that you don't 100%
It's
believe.
true. Exactly.
And you get paid really well.
Yeah.
It actually means more than $10 for
Yeah.
someone who's like, I believe in you.
Yeah, exactly. So every time you're like, why am I doing this? Someone like spurs you on, you're like, oh, that's right, cool.
Yeah. Who was I again? Oh, that's who I was.
Yeah. I'm back. So then, how are you? So you're going to be doing daily updates?
We will, and I think we'll do them on situations on those evenings where we're together. There's going to be nights where we're not together
Yeah.
because anything can happen.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, and anything can happen, and a lot is going to happen.
Yeah.
When you throw yourself out on a raw, adventure like this that doesn't have very much of a plan at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any structured transportation.
That's the best way. I did Central America with like no plan. It was just like, fuck it, wing it. You meet someone, you're like, oh, let's go here. Yep, okay. Yeah.
And it was one.
Yeah, oh yeah. I still talk about it. It's like 10 years ago. Yeah. So there were buses there.
Well, I mean, buses in other countries sounds more interesting.
Yeah, chicken buses with the chickens on the roof, and you gotta like dodge the poo.
And that's exciting.
And then what's at the end of it? So are you gonna get all the footage and mash it up and then give it to?
I'm not sure of the final format. At the moment, what I see that I have is about 12 hours, believe it or not, of what I consider quality footage. And I got online last night. I thought, I've never had a look before. I thought, let's just see what's out there for Hitchhiking in America docos. And I thought, wow, I'm prepared to be humbled. I thought, this is going to be really humbling.
Yeah.
Even potentially deflating, because there's going to be like these masterful projects out there, people with millions of views and everything. I couldn't believe it. I'm not being rude, but the core, what I considered core representations of what I consider is a wonderful art form. It's such a beautiful thing. You look at your experiences in Central America.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to put up a post and go, oh, here I am, yeah, here I am drinking, here I am having fun, oh, I'm a crazy traveler, this is me, listen, here's me in my bikini, everybody, woo-hoo.
Yeah.
You know, that's not really what it was about, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Or was it?
No, definitely not.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
There's such a potential for your own humanity to grow through interacting with another culture, with other people's kindness and openness.
It's become more about the person as opposed to the experience now in our whole like narcissistic, all about me TikTok society.
And it's really not nice.
No.
So I want to, I'm looking to not only experience but to share and illuminate a lot more than that.
Yeah.
It's not really about me. This isn't like, hey, I'm the crazy guy who goes and hitchhikes, or I'm the epic Indian. It's not really about me.
Maybe you're gonna start a trend.
Well, I don't know. I hope that trend, if I did start a trend, the trend I would hope to start and reinvigorate would be, people recognizing the simple fact that we all have these vehicles, and we're all isolated. We're isolated in our houses. We're isolated in our devices. We're isolated in these vehicles. And if somebody's on the side of the road, that's just a fellow human being that just needs a lift.
Yeah.
And maybe you can have a nice conversation. Maybe you meet someone interesting. And maybe your life can be enriched. And maybe that person's life will be enriched by a 20-minute shared experience.
Exactly. Well, you got like hitchhiked in Spain. They had the Batalla del Vino, the wine fight, like walking up the hill. And this little Spanish family pulled over, like, oh, where are you from? We're like, Australia. Like, obviously we're in thongs and like shorts. And they're like, oh, Australia, get on in. And we like came in, and then they like adopted
I like how you
us.
said that. We got hitchhiked. I like that. I've never heard anybody say that before. That's really cool.
And then they like gave us water pistols, because we went in there for the wine fight, these little like water pistols. And then they're like looking at us like, you're an idiot. No. And they gave us the big like crop sprays, like, you're gonna need. And we're like, fuck, what are we going in for? And then went up the wine fight and had like because they get like the fire truck hoses of wine, like the serious wine. Anyway, so they geared us up with big pistols, and then at the end of it, took us on, gave us like a barbecue, like black pudding and everything. It was so cool.
Oh,
Spanish family. Didn't speak a word of Spanish, but it's good when they do.
You got hitchhiked.
Yeah,
I like
hitchhiked.
that. I've never heard anyone say that. Like
Hitchhiked with Jay.
that's so cool. What a time. What part of Spain?
Oh, don't know what that is. Somewhere in the middle.
But you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I got beat up in Valencia once. Woke up in
Hitchhiking?
No, partying.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, we adopted these two young street kids to, we were street kids ourselves.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old, but we met these street kids, and I thought, hey, it's not about us. Let's have fun with these guys.
Yeah.
So we just took them out and were buying them drinks, because we had enough money. They didn't. So we're buying them drinks, smoking their hashish, or our hashish with them.
Yeah.
Having a fun time, and unfortunately, when I look back, they might have seen it as, oh, you got all this money you're throwing. I don't know what their mentality was, because you didn't have the language. But for us, it was just a cross-cultural sharing.
Yeah.
But anyway, in an alleyway, I got kicked in the head.
Oh.
And they tried to, anyway, I couldn't see. I lost my vision.
Oh my God.
So I as a survival mechanism in the moment, I just said, do not pass out. Because you pass out,
Yeah.
your passport and everything's gone. So I couldn't see any longer.
Oh
I
my
lost
God.
my vision, so I just started spinning around like Wonder Woman.
Oh my God.
Wonder Woman. Just started spinning around and screaming. That's all I could do because I couldn't see. So I just went, "Ah!" and spinning around. And finally I fell to the ground exhausted, and I thought, now they're gonna beat me to a pulp.
Yeah.
But I scared the piss out of them, and they were gone.
That's good to know. Next time I'm ever beaten up in an alley, just like Wonder Woman it.
What do you do when you're blind and your back's stuck? I woke up the next morning and I couldn't move.
Oh.
My back, something talking about back discs.
Yeah.
So they took me to the Spanish hospital. That's another story, but I don't want to get carried away. But we have we have to share Spain stories.
Yeah. Jeez. God, that's scary.
It was unlucky, just unlucky.
Yeah.
Spain was beautiful.
It's probably like that. Well, they hate, like, not hate, but I know when I was in Central America, they did not like gringos.
Okay.
Like, that's why I was like, I'm Australian. If you're an American, they did not like you.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. A dark 20th century history. And 21st, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Of Yankee imperialism, as they call it, in Central America particularly. So I can imagine, it was important to have your Australian passport
Yeah.
at times, yeah.
I wonder if it was cultural in Spain, or just.
I really don't know.
Wonder where they are now.
Maybe they just thought this would be really fun to kick this American in the head
Yeah.
and have a bit of extra cash, you know?
Yeah. Far out.
So,
Oh,
now I'm Australian, I'm sure I'd be safe.
don't sound it at all. Sorry.
I got the passport.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a break.
Mate,
Do you know, it's funny you say that because when I'm hitchhiking next week,
they'll probably figure out.
they'll think I'm Australian.
That's it.
I tried this in 2009, and I'd say to them, hey, look, I'm actually one of you guys. And the driver would literally go, oh, no, you're not one of us. And I go, no, I really am.
Yeah.
Born American. They go, no. And they'd call up their wives or whatever, if a husband's picked me up on the side of the road, and calls up his wife, hey, honey, I picked up an Aussie. Yeah, we're gonna bring him home for dinner, this kind of thing, you know? And I'd be like, no, I'm actually, oh no, you're not one of us.
That's so funny. Because I was thinking, I wonder if they'd be more or less inclined to pick you up based on your race.
That's a good question, and I experimented with this, and I'm going to do it again. At one point in the Midwest, I was struggling to get a ride in 2009. It's hard hitchhiking today.
Yeah.
It's not exactly in
Well,
vogue.
true crime is everywhere. People are just shit scared of everyone.
It's not easy to hitchhike anywhere, and certainly not in the USA today.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is not an easy thing.
No.
And so anything you can do to make it easier is
Yeah.
welcome. So in 2009, at one point, I thought I'll do an experiment. So on my little cardboard sign, I wrote Australia.
Really?
And 5 minutes later, this guy pulls me over. How you going, mate? From Melbourne.
Oh, no way.
A guy living in Montana. I couldn't believe it.
That's classic.
And that happened again.
Really?
It happened twice in 2 days. So I will certainly be using my Australian sign.
Yeah.
Now,
It's funny, like, when you're in Australia, Melbourne hates Victoria, hates New South Wales, and then, like, Coolum hates Maroochydore, and then you go overseas and you're all mates.
Yeah, that's
Everything's
right.
forgotten.
That's right. It was always so funny, early hitchhiking, even back in the 90s in this country, when I'd be coming up from New South Wales up to Queensland,
Yeah.
and some truck driver or whatever would pick me up. And just as we cross, you see the sign, welcome to Queensland?
Yeah.
Truck driver, Queensland truck driver, literally he'd go, do the sigh of relief, and he'd go,
Unclench.
and he'd look at me and go, you're in God's country now, mate. And I'd be like, what's the difference between here and 20 meters that way?
What? Oh, yeah.
So that's the devil's country, and this is God's country. What's going on here?
Oh, classic.
People are funny, eh?
I know. It's hilarious. Yeah, it'd be interesting. That'll get a lot of hits too. Doing like.
Social media emerges.
Yeah. Do like a poll. Who do you reckon? What sign's gonna work better?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see how we go. We will aim to do nightly. I'd say nightly update posts.
Yeah.
But not every night. There's no way.
No,
I know how it is. There's going to be nights where I'm not even taking a tent because it's just more weight.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I'll take the sleeping bag and a pad. I'm not going to take the tent probably. So there's going to be nights where it's not the right time. On the other hand, it doesn't take too long for me just to go, hey, I'm out here in the hills.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be eaten by a bear.
Yeah.
So.
If you don't hear from me again, this is where I am.
So, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. I might not get any rides. I might come home after 3 days, and it's a fail.
Yeah.
I really don't know, but I suspect that it will be as it was in the 80s when they told me you couldn't do it any longer.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing it in the 80s. Everyone would say, "Oh, it's dangerous. It can't be done." That's all finished. Then I did it in the 90s. I did it in the 2000s after 9/11 when everyone said, "Oh, you can't do it anymore." I skipped the 2010s, and to be honest, the Australians have been the most supportive.
Yeah.
My friends and people in Australia thought, "Oh, good on you, you're gonna have a great time." But it's the Americans
Really?
who, in their comments, are saying, "We're a bit nervous for you.
Yeah, right.
Things aren't going so well over here."
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah. Especially now they've done the taxing all the imports and all that now.
I have to get
Might
in
think
first.
you're like illegally. Yeah, I was gonna say illegally smuggling some things over. And so when you leave,
Tuesday.
whoa, shit.
So see, it's a farewell interview.
Yeah, it is. I'll try and get this out before Tuesday.
And if I get taken out on the first ride, then you can say, "Hey, I had his last interview," and then you can use that for hits.
Yeah, thanks.
The final interview.
Oh, I can't do that. I'll try to go to hell.
No, I'd be cheering you on.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's so morbid.
You get the last interview. You could actually arrange for a convenient accident.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
It
god.
could really boost your career.
I'm gonna be like in the hit list now. Not me.
I didn't say any of that, but you can edit this out, right? And then you can still
Okay,
do
but I won't.
it. Then you can still do it.
Yeah, true. Oh. And on that note, any final words?
Those are my final words. Stay away from the sharks.
Yeah. Stay between the flags.
No, don't stay between the flags.
No, I
Stay
get-
away from the sharks, though.
Yeah.
Go outside. Go beyond the flags. Is my advice.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
final word.
I got yelled at for swimming outside of the flags. Like I used to live in Alex for ages, and I just went down for a swim. This guy came up to me, he's like, "You can't swim here." I'm like, "Mate, it's not my backyard. Go away. Shoot." And I just like looked at him like, "Do you speak English?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm just disappointed.
Did he ask me that?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's not very cool.
You know, I was like, I'm not Brazilian, okay?
Yeah, but it's still kind of like. Anyway,
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah. It's funny because I just gave him nothing back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the way to handle these people.
Yeah.
I'm not the droid you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like to have the sunnies down in disappointment, like. So yeah, head to where's your GoFundMe on your website?
It's on my Facebook, and if I can figure out how to put the link on Instagram, then it'll be on there too.
I'll show you.
It'll be on my Instagram. I think I'm going to go against Larissa of Locals and Loops advice to just run this whole thing through my Facebook and Instagram. I think I am going to go with my Hitchhiking for Humanity Instagram and Facebook, in spite of her astute advice. So in that case, if those links, one would find those links.
Send me the link and I'll put it on my thing.
Cool.
On the website and all that.
Yeah, so I will. I'll do that. I'll send you the.
It's on Locals in the Loop link tree.
See, now it'll actually get to people.
Yeah.
She knows stuff about stuff, and I don't. So that was a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And thank you in advance to anyone who supports this project, even if it's just with a feeling in the heart of support. I appreciate it.
Keen to follow it. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Larissa, for today.
Thank you.